Okay, welcome back, dear viewers. Got a quick video for you today. It's got to be quick. I have an in-person game session with my uh, in-person crew this afternoon, so I got some stuff I got to do before that. Um, but I did want to give you a quick video uh, in regarding a game that I've been running for Cowpunchers. Before get into that though, I just want to say to anyone who's new to this channel, what I do is I play games, I record myself playing those games, and then I talk about those games. I got nothing against the flip through review, but sometimes I find that something that looks cool. Yeah, you purchase it, you read it, and it looks cool, it sounds cool, but then you run it and you're like, well, this really wasn't all that great. Uh, my channel is hopefully going to give you some insight as to how to spend your hard-earned money, um, and certainly, hopefully, assist you when you wade into like the indie scene a bit, because there's a lot out there and a lot of guys out there, content creators out there, who you get kind of lost in the mix. So I hope I can shed some light. And this particular author, Felbrigg Napoleon Herriot, is one such person that I didn't really know too much about until um, I started chatting with him a little bit online, and then I ran this scenario. So let's get started. Okay, so Pink Gold by Felbrigg Napoleon Herriot. You can find it on Drive Through RPG. I think it's on Big Geek Emporium as well. Uh, it's $2.50. I think you know what I'm going to say about that. I think it's worth a lot more. It's 26 pages. There's not much art. What's in there is nice, but it contains an adventure and a location, a village called Stark's Bow. Um, I think the adventure is a nice starter adventure, especially if you're new to the game system, and it's got a nice little classic Western twist to it. And then Stark's Bow can double as your Western village of Hamlet or Threshold. For you Mystara fans, it's a good starter place that your players can use. I will talk a little bit more about that in a second. But the venture basically is just a train robbery, and the players form a posse to go retrieve the gold. It's called Pink Gold because the gold was owned by the Pinkertons. In fact, two of them get shot in a shootout at the train station that sort of sets all this in motion. Um, when I played it at VentureCon, I had the players arrive at Stark's Bow moments after the shootout, and they get roped into this posse to go hunt down these five scoundrels who took the money, the gold, excuse me. If you watched my actual play from a week or so ago, um, what I did was I had the players arrive the night before so they can have a little bit of fun in Starksbow if they wanted, and then they're woken up by the gunshots, and then when they head to the train station, they are you know they arrive moments after the gunfight's over, and the bad guys are heading off on the horizon with a box full of gold. Um, there's a bit of a twist, not nothing huge, nothing overly dramatic, just something to add a little complexity to the adventure. I'm not going to give it away, but if you watch the video, it's pretty obvious. But it does add a little bit more to this adventure, so it's not just all about fighting. It's there's a little bit of social stuff that your players can engage with. Um, the adventure was originally written for the first edition Cowpuncher, so um, the bad guys, their stats will have initiative modifiers in the stats. If you've been watching my walkthrough of Cowpunchers, or if you own the game, you'll know that initiative is not a thing. There is no initiative. Everything happens at once. So you'll have to ignore that initiative bonus. The skills you might want to tweak, but I don't think it's necessary. I didn't. And if you saw the video, it was pretty lethal. One guy walked away. Granted, they were outnumbered 5-3, but during the uh, gunfight at VentureCon, where it was pretty even, The party, it was evenly matched. I think the party was a little bit more powerful, but I'm attributing that more to the fact that they were also using my Midnight Prairie Weird West supplement. So the professor character uh, levitated some oil lamps and then smashed them on the ground, setting a couple guys on fire. It was pretty cool. Um, but if you might not need to tweak. It's completely up to you. Certainly, this system is easy, and it will make it easy enough to do that. This is the map of their hideout. It's pretty basic. You'll want to think about distances and what this all means for your players. So you'll want to make sure you kind of familiarize yourself with it. But it does have a Western feel, and I like that. I really do. But that's pretty much it. Stark's Bow is the rest of this PDF, and in my opinion, it's worth the price of admission. It's a small town, and there's room to add things to it as your players need, or as you need as the game master, or I should say, the range boss. There's NPCs in town and outside of town. Like Felbrigg goes into some detail about some of the farms that surround Starksbow. And what I really like is there's some adventure hooks written into a lot of the descriptions. So this could become a I guess sort of like its own sort of adventure generator. It all depends on what you want to do with it. There's Tuscarora Indian Reservation nearby, Fort Owen, and there is my perfunctory typo that has to appear in every video. And then to the north, there's a larger village or town called Ronaville. So there's a lot that can be done here if you want to do like a sandbox, or I envision Cowpunchers campaigns to be more like episodic, self-contained. Sort of each session is like an episode, like you're watching the old kung fu um, uh, show, or some other western like Yellowstone or something, where every there may be like these overarching storylines or whatever, but each episode is sort of like this contained thing. But it's a good starting location, and worth the 250 you're spending. Because this is such a short video, I decided to also talk a little bit about his Western scenario plotter. This for $1.99, you get 8 pages, and it's just a series of random charts to help you come up with a scenario on the fly. So if you have this plus Cowpunchers Reloaded, or even my supplement, where there's a bestiary that you can pull from real quick, you can easily come up with something for your players to play, like moments before they show up to your door to play some Cowpunchers. Um, it's detailed. It goes into like everything from like where the location's happening, what they're fighting over, who's fighting. It's pretty. I was actually pretty surprised at how detailed it was. I'm not one to purchase things like this, but I wanted to take a look at it, and I was pleasantly surprised. So um, definitely a cool supplement. So I think you know the answer to the $64,000 question. Yes, for just a fistful of dollars, you get a cool scenario, a starting location, and a toolkit for your Cowpunchers games. I think Felbrigg Herriot is knocked it out of the park with these two items. He's also incredibly generous. Like I said, I'd pay a little bit more for Pink Gold. Um, he has written some other stuff. You should check him out. It's I think I saw some World War II using white box. He's got a space game I'm not too familiar with. Belter. I don't know much about that. But he's also got this game called Red Judge, which is inspired by Judge Dredd, and he actually sent me the PDFs for review. So I'll be doing a blog post, first impression, and that likely to lead to a one shot or two on my channel. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put a bunch of links to this guy's work in the description below. Uh, And yeah, that's it. Real quick before you go, though, I just want to say I just broke 400 subs. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've only been doing this for about 11 months. I hope y'all are getting something out of these videos, and I appreciate you sticking with me as I try to figure out how to do this and get better at this. It'd be awesome if I can break 500 by the end of this month because that would be 500 in a year, and I think that's pretty darn good. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys and gals. I hope you have a good time this weekend and happy gaming. I'll see you around.